Hello, this is Bernie, your motivational coach. I'm so excited about today's training. I'm going to teach you my tricks. I'm going to show you what it is that I do to make sure that I batch content a week at a time. Now, firstly, if you are new here, I'm about all things motivation. I love sharing, I love teaching, and I also love simplifying things. So we're going to give you the most simplest version that I possibly can. So today I'm going to show you that content isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter too. As Marie Folio says, success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently. Consistency is key. And why I mention this is because the first few times you're going to show up anywhere is going to feel very unnatural and unawkward. With today's training, I want to show you how simple it is to just streamline things, how you can sort of use your natural abilities, meaning yourself, what it is that you love, how you can incorporate that into creating your content. Remember, people are going for more authentic at the moment. They're going for more authentic and they want you to connect with them. When you're creating content, you need to connect with that ideal client. I have got a great ideal client workbook. If you don't know exactly who your ideal avatar is, all you have to do is ask me for that. And today I'm going to use Canva as well as ChatGTP. These are both free platforms. I love using it. I love Canva. I love ChatGTP. And I'm also going to give you a little demo on what it is that I use in terms of prompting for ChatGTP. And again, these are free. And I also want you to focus on doing what you can for yourself the best way that you know how. I don't want you to compare yourself to anyone else. I don't want you to even think about that first post, the second post. We are talking to beginner levels today, as well as those that has been on here for a while. I've got my notes over here, and I just want to remind you that when you do something new, it's overwhelming. It's scary. You're not quite sure if you're on the right path. You know, Instagram and the algorithm has changed so much over the past few years. And the one thing that I am happy to report is that scheduling has become easier. Meaning that before you needed to outsource a different app so that you could schedule within Instagram. But now you can go directly to Instagram and schedule from there. I want to ask you right now, what is it that you want to speak about? What is it that you want to be known for? For me, I speak quite a bit about my hair and how that was such a negative thing growing up that stopped me from moving forward. It stopped me from going for different auditions. It stopped me from entering modeling competitions. And it just stopped me from showing up because I had this belief that because of my hair, I couldn't get certain stuff. That has now turned into a positive where I help people who are also hair conscious. And guess what? They are all of different races. They come from different walks of life and different areas of the world. But it's something that they can relate to. We often have that one thing, the one thing that sort of holds us back. A lot of times it is limiting beliefs. And the last week of training, I want to talk about mindset. But just to touch on you, I want you to think firstly on something that you've overcome. For me, is I've overcome this negative mindset now. I love the fact that my hair can change all the time. I love the fact that I can show up here as, different versions of who I am. Week 1, I look different. Week 2, I had on a beautiful pink dress. And then my hair was also blown out, so it was straight, and now week 3 it is curly. I've turned something negative into my superpower. And whenever I speak about my hair and what has been happening and what I'm using to improve it, that is when people reach out to me. Another thing is I love prayer, I love Jesus, and that you will see often on a daily basis where I share scripture, devotion, maybe a new ritual, maybe I'll share a sermon of Joyce Meyer, Stephen Furtick, but the other part is motivation. I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to do lives. I'm going to teach you certain skills and I'm going to break it down again in easy to use ways. Why is this important? It's important because when you are creating your content, you need to have a grid. So at the moment, I've reworked things a little bit. So I have something that's motivational. I have something that talks about my entrepreneur's playbook course. I have something that helps you, gives you a tips or tricks. I have a quote. I have carousel. And if you are new, it is okay. We are going to slowly ease you into this, but basically a post. And I assume that you have an Instagram account. If you don't, super easy to set up. You need an email. I explained this in week 1. So go back to week 1. If you're watching week 3, just go back to it because I explain everything and I give you a great workbook. So with week 1, we cover and we touch on content creation, excuse me. And I give you a little layout. So if you've done that, you now know what it is that you want to post about and sort of the flow and rhythm so that you can stay consistent. I'd also like you to maybe just start with 3 posts a week. So perhaps you can do a post, which is a quote or something that it is that you are passionate about. Maybe just a photo of you of the outdoors and you're doing your thing. I'm not exactly sure what your niche is because everyone's so super broad, but then maybe you can do a carousel and if you're feeling adventurous, a reel. This all used to scare me too. I was afraid of doing things. I was afraid of just going, okay, this is what we're doing today, and then I'll get into it. Maybe the post wasn't received as well as I thought it would. Maybe I just missed the mark. Maybe I wasn't speaking well enough to that ideal client. Remember, people want to learn from us. So they want to first see that you can solve a problem. They want to see that perhaps you've done this yourself, and they want to see if you've worked with other people. So I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so we're sharing the screen. We're going to go into Google. So that's me. There we go. I saw my husband. So we're going to go into ChatGPT. Again, this can be free. I do the paid one, but I don't want you to worry about that. And here we go. Let me just move up my notes. So let's say, and my example over here is that you are a fitness coach, okay? Wellness coach. So you are helping women to manage stress and stay healthy. So we've put this prompt in here now, and I want you to be mindful and remember that ChatGPT will give you what it is that you put in. So the more information, the more detailed you go, the better it's going to get. For the basis of this training and the fact that I want to keep it super short, we are not going to spend too much time here. So now we've done this, right? Okay. So you're a wellness coach, blah, blah, blah. Next, you're going to ask them, can Now you're going to ask it to do suggestions for you. So it gives you the suggestions, which is what I love doing. Again, you can get super detailed. The more detailed you get, the better. The next prompt I'm going to give you is I'm going to ask ChatGPT to ask me 3 questions to make it sound more like me. I think this is where people sometimes miss the mark, in the sense of what they will do is they'll just put something in, and we can see when it is a computer speaking, we can see when it is not their own voice, so to say. So now we've got this, right? We've got this, we've got ideas, stress management, calming image of nature. You could be walking in nature and take a photo. Ask the kids if you have, ask your husband, take a tripod with you. Now, Instagram Reel, it shows you there, it gets super detailed. Tells you start your day with calm, not chaos. It even gives you your caption as well as hashtags. Then we have the carousel, and that is when you will use Canva. I'm not going to log into Canva right now, and I'm going to just stop sharing my screen. But that is how you can easily go and plan 1 week's worth of content in a matter of minutes. This is only the planning part of it. So what I do is I take a calendar, and I've got one here to my left, and I'll write down what it is that I want to focus on. This week has been video, it has been batching. Tomorrow is going to be, I know it's Saturday, but it is cleanup day for me where I am right now. Cleanup day, getting organized. Sunday, it's church day for me, so I normally will go to church or do online church, but I also want to practice a lot more video. So after this, I'm going to do lunch. That will be a great time for you if you are in wellness to record yourself, perhaps making lunch. And then that way you brainstorm and you have some Be Real content. Be Real is just real life, doing the things, showing up, and showing your clients what it is that they can expect when they work with you one-on-one. The example that I'm giving for the purpose of this course is one-on-one, because I'm wanting to just focus on, firstly, the batching, how to do it, and how you're going to sell. Again, in week 1, we talk about call to action. We need to be mindful of that, because when you are creating content, you need to tell those who are watching what it is that you want them to do. So do you want them to share this? Would you want them to comment something below? Would you like to share what it is like to work with yourself? This is just the brainstorming part of it. And next, I want us to go into recording. So let's say, theoretically speaking, on Monday, you prompted ChatGPT to do those prompts. Tuesday will be your record day. So you need to set some time aside for this. So now you know you need a photo in nature. You also know that, let me just go back to this on my side so that I don't. You need to do a little reel of you showing your morning routine. It could be like light exercises. You could be perhaps just going and sitting and journaling, making a cup of tea. And then that caption would be, want to start your day stress-free. Incorporate these 3 simple steps. And then you have the hook. My ChatGPT is different to yours, because remember, I've been training it. And this is where me asking that question of you to go, look here, how can I improve this, is going to be so helpful, and it's been a game changer. Another pro tip is, if you have ChatGPT on your cell phone, you can use the microphone. And what I do is I will dictate notes and instructions, and then it will help to speed things up. The same way that I've done the notes for this lesson, I did it on ChatGTP. I put in exactly what it is that I wanted to cover, and it helped me to put that together. So Canva, I love it. And again, to make sure that this is short and succinct, I want you to go into Canva and then just go to those live demos and improve your skills. But you don't have to stay there too long. There is I'm trying to remember, I've got a video on YouTube where I just show you how to do a cover photo. You can go to that one. Otherwise, just go to YouTube, use Canva, see how somebody would go and do a post, and then your reel will be done in Instagram. This is important because in the past, it was really annoying for me to use a different app to schedule. And we can now use Instagram directly. This past week, I've batched content up until the 3rd of September. And I'm going to be doing this on a weekly basis, and I'm getting faster and faster. Yesterday, I did some recordings, so I've got some B-reels. And then also, like I said, sticking to that flow of what it is that you are posting really helps you to make this easier. Remember, we need to stay consistent, and the more we do it, the better our content becomes, the more engaging it becomes, the more we figure out how we need to speak to that ideal client. Now I want you to ask yourself, where to next? Well, you go to your metrics and analytics. Why? Because after maybe perhaps a month or so, you go back and you see what's performing and you try your best to go and recreate that. If people are enjoying watching you do cooking videos, do that. People enjoy my lives, so I try and do that as often as I possibly can. That is where I get the most, I would say, engaged audience. And at the moment, it ranges from like 200 to 300. We're going into the 500 mark now, excuse me, of my videos. And it just is so exciting. And it shows you that anything is possible if you stay consistent, but also if you go and you check your analytics so that you can see what is working. I want to finish up here by simply saying that you need to split up those days again. So day one, which is Monday, you go to ask ChatGPT to give you a plan. Then you're going to put that into your journal, diary, piece of paper, phone, whatever it is that you use. Next day, you are going to set up. This is where it takes up the most time because I want you to go do the videos. Don't edit them. Don't do anything. Trust me. Let it sit for the day. And the next day, you look at it and then you see what it is that you can use. And remember, you already now have your captions. You already have your hooks because you've used ChatGPT. Time saver of note. Next, you are going to, as you're scrolling on Instagram, save those audios that you like. So when you go and post this or want to post it or load it, upload it to your scheduling, you need to, another pro tip, remember to save. Save that video before you go out. You'll be able to do that by going, you do the reel, and then if I remember correctly, you need to arrow out just before you post, and then you will see the little drop down arrow there and save. Again, just use YouTube, go to Canva, not Canva, excuse me, use YouTube and just ask, look, how do I save a video from Reels? There is so much improvement in Instagram itself, and this is just one of the things that I love. I use ChatGPT so much at the moment, and it's such a time saver. And thanks to Instagram, my use of CapCut has decreased. So now I use CapCut for my lengthier videos on YouTube because we're getting more acquainted with that. And it just makes life so super easy. I don't want you to overthink this. I want you to understand that just like anything in life, this is memory. It's muscle memory. When you wake up and you go to work, you no longer think about, okay, I'm opening the door now, I'm unlocking the car, I'm driving to work. How do I drive? Okay, I'm scared. You get to work. Okay, how do I switch on my laptop now? This is all stuff that comes so naturally to you. It's muscle memory. You don't think about it anymore. And in order for you to get the same confidence within recording content, you're going to have to keep working that muscle. I want to leave you with a resource, and it's not my own. It's by Alex Himoses, and that is $100 million dollar offer. It's a book. I listened to it on Audible, and it helped me a lot with understanding marketing, why it's so important. I've spent the past 3 years learning different ways while working on super yachts on how to improve it. And I'm happy to say that it has improved on a daily basis. I see where I am now versus where I was when I first started. And it also makes you understand that if you're really wanting to be seen, you need to up your content game. Brandon Burchard, another mentor of mine that I follow, and I'm in his growth day group, because as a coach, we always want to improve, we always want to do better. And I love certificates. And he does 4 pieces of content a day. And he started off with one. And you are going to start off with one, and then you're going to focus on figuring out what batching works best for you, and then you're going to take it from there. Now, I know this is confusing, and I know that you might need some help, so I'm giving 30 minutes to those who have watched this video. You just have to go to the link in my bio on Instagram at Your Motivational Coach. Bernie, well, you'll see my face at Your Motivational Coach, and you see that it's Bernie, you see all my details, but that link is in my bio. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll drop the website link down there and you can do it as well. Book 30 minutes with me. Let us get clear to just focus on one goal that I can help you with. It really helps, and I really want to help you. Now, by the end of this week, I want you to have created 3 pieces of content. If you're watching this, it doesn't matter on which day that you are starting. I want you to simply, count 7 days. 7 days, make sure that you rest on the weekend. If you are going somewhere, take your tripod with you, record some BeReal content. It really becomes super fun and easy, but we also need those days off social media. I want to say thank you for joining. And for those joining live, we are going to do questions at the end of this. You don't have to worry about being shown on YouTube or on Instagram. And I know sometimes we just need a little bit more handholding, but I want you to remember that you can become anything and everything that you want to if you believe and plan for it. I want you to go out there, create content, but also have fun. Remember to bring a little bit of yourself into there. If you enjoy dancing, incorporate that. If you enjoy maybe a good book, incorporate that. If you enjoy yoga, you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Go out there, be awesome. You've got this.